Welcome back to the series 101 Reasons to Forgive. This is day 50. This is day 50, and we are prepared to share with you the 50th reason why forgiveness is important. First, I want to remind you that we would like to hear from you, so leave us your comments. And if you do like the content of our videos, please press the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please press the subscribe button and join us on this amazing, life-transforming, barrier-breaking journey. The 50th reason for forgiving is forgiveness stops negative self-talk. Forgiveness stops negative self-talk. One of the challenges we have when we have been offended, or when others have expressed to us that we have offended them, is our ability, the natural ability, the default response to how we feel about what is said to us concerning what we did or how someone feels. The default response is to begin questioning ourselves, finding possible reasons why we behaved the way we behaved, why we said what we said, why the individual perceived us the way they did, what was the reason for the reason the individual drew about us. And even if we are to personalize it, we would ask the same questions. Why did we conclude that about the individual? Why did we draw that conclusion? Why did we ask those questions? Why did we behave the way we behave? That sort of dialoguing with ourselves or with the individual can contribute to negative self-talk. Negative self-talk includes saying things about ourselves that are not positive, that are negative, that are not positively contributing to how we want to perceive ourselves, how we want to see ourselves, how we understand ourselves, how we would like to grow. Negative self-talk also contributes to feeling bad about ourselves and motivating us to express negativity towards others as well. When we talk negative to ourselves, when we say negative things about ourselves, we not only contribute to negative emotions or how we express ourselves, but we also contribute to how we express ourselves to individuals. In other words, if we feel bad about ourselves, it's going to be difficult to convey a buoyant spirit, a positive spirit, a resilient spirit, self-rewarding spirit, a happy spirit. It would be difficult to convey that to someone else, or to approach the world that way, approach our challenges that way, because we have developed the habit of speaking negatively to ourselves. And even when we speak negatively to ourselves, we also create a picture of how we should approach the things that are around us. When we speak negatively about ourselves, we are also giving permission to ourselves to speak negatively of others. Negative self-talk contributes to both a negative perception of ourselves and a negative perception of others. Why? When we see ourselves negative, it's going to be difficult to see positivity in someone else. On the contrary, we may have dissatisfaction with others. We may dislike others, not because they have done anything negative to us, but simply because of how we perceive the world, how we interpret the behaviors of others, how we see ourselves, and what we should have that we don't have, how we should behave that we don't behave, what we should know that we don't know. In other words, we see ourselves negatively, and so we express the negativity to those on the outside, to those who are around us in the interactions that we have. Negative self-talk can be managed with forgiveness. The forgiving of ourselves. We don't have to go too far to begin loving ourselves. We don't have to go back into yesterday to begin loving ourselves. We can begin today. It is possible by understanding what you mean to yourself, how much you mean to yourself, what we mean to ourselves. We can begin with what we mean to this world. We can manage that if we apply the principle of self-forgiveness. Affirm with me today. I will pay attention to how I look at myself, how I perceive myself, what I think about myself, and I will seek to be different. Thank you for stopping by on day 50. Your contribution to this world can be a lot more meaningful than you think. If you haven't, begin thinking of yourself as a major positive contributor. Begin with self-forgiveness, and you will see the difference that you will make in this world. I'll see you again on day 51.